Alright, welcome back to the stream, everybody. When we last left off, you'll remember that we have some stranded crew members in space right now. Our intrepid lunar landing crew, led by Valentina, are stuck in an elliptical Kerbal orbit with no liquid fuel. All they've got is some monoprop, and so I have taken the opportunity to create a slightly revised version of the lander that they're in. I've called it Lander 2. Lander 2 is on its way to be the rescue mission for Lander 1. So first, oh crap. First I've got to get into orbit, and since both of my pilots are currently in space, that's a little easier said than done. So right now Bill Kerman is flying. He is an engineer, not a pilot, but I'm confident we'll get there. So the mission here is to go rendezvous with Lander 1, bring it back to the space station, dock with the space station, and then transmit all the science that we brought back from the moon. Got to get that stuff transmitted. And then we've got Bob, who is a scientist. If I'm not mistaken, and I very well may be, but if I'm not mistaken, if I get Bob into our little escape capsule and bring him down, that all that fancy science we collected from the moon will come with. So that's what we're working on. Not sure if I understand the scientist role properly or not, but we're gonna assume that that's the case for the moment. So right now, just getting the lander into orbit. Trying to circularize it. It's actually looking okay. Almost perfect, actually. The trick is going to be getting a match with the elliptical orbit of Lander 1. So we'll go ahead and set that as our target. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to switch to... No. We gotta cycle all the way around. Because shift sometimes just doesn't do what I expect it to do. Alright, Moonlander 1, 2. So we're back on it. Now, Moonlander 1, we want to set that as a target. Let's see if we can figure out a rendezvous. Looks pretty close. Separation of 49 kilometers at a 202 meter delta. Let's improve that. Being really finicky here. Doesn't want to do better than 30 kilometers, so I might set that to get it in the ballpark and then do a correction burn on the way out. Yeah, let's do that. How long to the burn? Warp to next maneuver, and then we'll get situated, do the burn, and then we'll plan a following burn. Okay, it says it's going to be a 1 minute 4 second burn. So what we'll do is start burning at, it's a 32 second mark. We'll split it. Let's burn it. Trying to stay on the blue reticle there. Alright, how are we looking? 79 kilometers. Alright, if I do a burn at that point to equalize, how close can I get back in low Kerbal orbit? Relative speed's 192. If I end up doing one of these guys, (28 kilometers), 30 kilometers, 28 kilometers, 1.7 kilometers at 163. Okay, that's good. We're going to go for that. Warp to that maneuver. Still got a pretty significant delta V we've got to get going here. Well, it's not so bad now that we're looking at it out here. Alright. Let's get into position. This should be a short burn, 46 meters delta V, and then we'll probably be able to do some adjustments with RCS thrusters too. All right, 13 seconds. And crank it up. Kill it. Alright. That looks really good. 1.7 kilometers difference at 165. Not close enough to see yet. How far is he? Oh yeah, still 344,000 meters away. Coming for you, Valentina. Have no fear. We is here. There it is. Let's go ahead and control from here. Okay, our approach is 1.7, so let's bring it on in closer. We'll probably start nulling our rate. 168, probably start nulling the rate around 2 to 3 kilometers to go. Maybe 4. We'll call it 4. Bill's excited to be in space finally. Look at that happy little Bill. Have we done an EVA out here? Apparently not. Transmitted. We just made 12 science. Alright. Let's find a retrograde. We'll fire it between 4 and 5 kilometers to go. Let's call it 4 kilometers. Should have a really close approach now. 0.1K, yeah. Bring it in nice and close, and then we'll do some orientation, and we'll have Valentina do the docking with the other ship, since she has better piloting skills than Bill here. Done a fine job though, Bill. Done a fine job, Bill. Make sure we're not going to hit. Looks clear. Alright, let's get rid of it. Alright, let's null this rate real quickly here. Alright, 0 meters per second. And I'm just going to turn off RCS, turn around and point this little guy at lander 1. And let's switch focuses. And we're going to make this our target. And control from here. Ooh, turn all that off. Alright, Valentina, do your thing. Alright, 0.3 meters per second, 10 meters to go. Lights are on. The extra gap there should clear any collisions. I'll back it off. Back it off. Looking really good. No explosions, no explosions, no explosions, no explosions. Looking great. Nice. Turn off. Alright, we are now docked and just about perfectly aligned. Look at that. My goodness. Okay. Now, let's think about our Kerbal orbit and the space station, because that's where we need to be as a space station with this thing. So, if I come down to my periapsis, add a maneuver, so it brings us down to a lower kilometers. 4.7 kilometers. Now we're talking 525 meters per second worth of delta V change, though. Wow. Okay. Let's pick one of these to turn off. Okay, on this side we should have 4 active engines. Excellent. Let's real quickly review some stored data. We're going to keep that, but we're going to transmit this. And same thing here. Okay, so we did transmit one of the crew reports back from the moon, though. That's awesome. Alright, let's get in here and get docked. I'm worried that this is telling me with the red that I don't have enough fuel to generate that much delta V. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Looks nice and steady. I was a little worried about flex. Fuel is burning down rather quickly. That is worrisome. But I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. What was our relative velocity difference? 78 meters per second. Really don't want to send up another refueling mission for these things. All right, how are we looking? 42 kilometers. Okay, 0.7 kilometers difference, 142 meters per second delta V. Man, I think we're okay. Whew, I've done a very poor job of figuring out fuel. For these lander missions, man. I mean, it's just, fuel's been the bane of my existence here. And maybe that's just gotten harder since the last time I played this game. .7 kilometers, 142. Okay, so that tells me what? I need to do some braking. With probably 4 kilometers to go. Call it 3 kilometers. feel like I'm getting better at this. Okay, we're at 1.2 meters per second here. I go ahead and completely null the rate. What the heck was that? Oh, gear. Ah. Alright, 0.2 meters per second. Yeah, we can live with that. So, let's think about this for a second. We've got both of those docked. This is lander 1. So what we're going to want to do is I'm sorry, this is lander 2. So we want to undock landers 1 and 2, separate them, and then dock lander 1 first on this side. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and point. Slowly but surely, we will point our docking station . Alright, switch back over and let's undock. We're going to fly lander 1 first. Thank you very much for the rescue. Let's get good and clear here, and then we'll thrust forward a little bit. Alright, so we're going 0.4 meters per second relative velocity. Bump it up to 1, so 140 seconds, we should be there. This is going rather well, I hazard to say. I probably could have moved Bob over. I think I'm going to have to do an extra docking here. I'm trying to remember how many people I have on this station. I think I've got room for 4. Well, I think 2, 4, 5. I got room for 5 over here. So I know I might be able to move them all over. Though I'm thinking about doing a quick save and then trying to have Bob land this thing, even though it doesn't have ablators on it. I wonder if it would make it. Alright, our docking Direction is looking good so far. Maintaining 1 meter per second, stand true. $50 meters to go. Interesting, just picked up speed. As we get closer, we'll back it off to about 0.3. You've seen all the flex in the station, so no need to take any risks with a too aggressive approach. Two meters per second coming in. Like the new docking node, that's good. It's very helpful. Crap. Get down. Get on there. Get on there. Get on there. Turn off RCS. Let it settle. Let it settle. Come on, get it. Connect, man. There it is. All right, we have saved this mission. So let's move Bob first. Transfer crew. Bob, you're transferring straight to here. Then who's over here? Jeb, you're going to move into here. And now Bob. Okay, who else is in here? Valentina's in there. Excuse me. Wish I had put docking ports on these sides. Okay, what's the button for quick save? I don't recall. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna look up real quickly what the quick save is. F5 is quick save. So let's try it. Yep, quick save. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eject this. I'm going to put a little bit of fuel in here. No, stop. So not a ton. Just enough to kill the orbit. That should be more than enough. And who's staying on board? Valentina? Okay, yeah, that works. Being a pilot. Okay, so she's going to back off. And then Bill is going to come in and dock lander 2. And what I'm going to try to do is see if we can land Valentina. Alright, we need to get on to... where's everybody at? There they are. Okay, that's already our target, so let's turn off our CS, kill our rates. So same old here. We're gonna dock these two, and then we'll just leave them docked while we try to land Valentina. And if it doesn't work, we'll revert the quick save and we'll use the escape pod for scientist guy, Bob. But if we can go ahead and recover that craft instead of just losing it, that'd be best, right? I just don't know if it'll survive re-entry is all. Okay, let's flip back over here. Okay, Bill. Let's see if you can get this done, buddy. 0.2 meters per second, RCS on. .3 meters per second. We're a little bit crooked, but I think the magnet will take care of that when I get in. All the little micro adjustments without SAS. It's like driving on the highway without cruise control. Or the motorway. We'll keep it at 0.1 here. I'm not sure at what distance the magnets start to interact, but it's like it starts to get weird at about 4. Come on, boys. Connect. There you go. Awesome. Okay, Bill is now in it. Okay, so Valentina, let's quick save and let's see if we can get you down. You're still within spacewalk distance, if not. We're just going to point to retrograde and have you land, man. Maybe do, you know what? If we take a super conservative approach here and do some wicked aero braking. I think those engines are shut down. If I take a really conservative approach and do some aero braking here, and do 2 or 3 different rotations, I wonder if that'll help bring it in softer and make it more likely to not explode. Bring it down to 50,000. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'm confident in Valentina's ability. Been a long time since you've been there, huh? How do you recover the quick save? In the event things go wrong, hold F9. Hold F9. Remember that. So F5 to quick save, F9 to revert. Speed up time here a little bit. If I can survive the friction here, I'm pretty confident in this craft, just because we have so many parachutes that if I can just get the science modules, basically the engines, down, I think we'll be alright. I really do. Hoping I've got Valentina in that. Yeah, okay. Alright, periapsis of 47, apoapsis of 124. It might actually end up landing us this time. If that's the case, I should fire rockets and yeah, looks like that's what's gonna happen. So let's go ahead and slow us down. This is not a lander that was ever supposed to come back into the atmosphere. Just keep pointing retrograde, girl. Alright. We have drogue chutes first. I think it's going to make it. Didn't even overheat anything. Well, we still don't know that the chutes are going to work out though. Alright, I'm worried. I'm rather worried. It is coming in quickly. No? Okay. Leveling off. Still unsafe. As soon as it's safe, I'm deploying those drogue chutes, though. Risky, safe. Oh my god, this thing made it. Should be a water landing, but we'll go ahead and lower the gear. That whole time she was in the bottom one that could have exploded. Okay, anytime there shoots. Alright. Still falling rather quickly. Oh, but the main chutes haven't opened yet. Just not going to take any risks. Look at all that. Arresting power. This piece of machinery was at the moon, and now it's coming home. Awesome. Very successful. Very successful rescue. I'm pretty sure that this vessel is fully loaded with science, and then when I bring Bob down, he might double it. I'm not sure how that'll work. It might only allow me to collect things once. Maybe I should have had Bob fly this down. But I wanted to be able to point it retrograde and make it stick. friggin' made it. All right. What do we got here? Ooh, 451 science earned. Nice. Valentina just became very powerful in her ranks. Alright, now we're going to do one last thing this episode. We're going to see about landing our good buddy Bob and finding out whether or not he carries all that science with him or not. So Bob should be living right now in the back. Oh goodness, getting sleepy. Where's the hatch? Goodness, where's the hatch? Quick save and undock. All right, Bob, you get to fly. Alright, this thing should take basically nothing to get down. Just notice I didn't put a stage separator here though. So the next iteration of this little guy needs to only have 2 RCS thrusters and a separator. Alright, let's point retrograde and oh, it's unwieldy. Okay. Jeez, it's hard to control. It's so small. That ought to work, I guess. Hoping I can hold this thing in its retrograde orientation as we enter the old atmosphere here. Alright, re-entering. Go for a desert landing here. This thing is so small and light that it shouldn't take very much to alter what it's doing. I do have a parachute on this, don't I? Hold on a second. Ha! Fatal flaw. Wonder if I've got enough to... Alright, we're gonna play this out. I'm gonna see if I can suicide burn it.
You must meet again. Yes.
Got a capsule here built specifically for re-entry, and I didn't put a parachute on it. How awesome am I? Nope. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Alright, Bob stays up there for the moment then. But we do have a transmitter on this now, don't we? So, Bob, you got anything we can transmit? Guess not. No stored data anywhere. Oh, I guess there wouldn't be because... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so... Alright, what we've done is bring home a ton of science through a successful rescue mission. That's great. Now, we're going to look at the mission center, figure out what our next stuff is, but part of our next stuff has got to be bringing a new re-entry capsule with a parachute on it, and a science mobile processing lab up to our space station. So we're going to look at the tech tree, unlock some stuff next time, and then figure out what we're going to do next. But we'll obviously only get things. Plant flag. I already did that. We might rescue some folks, get more pilots and whatnot. Orbital station around Minmus, explore Minmus, surface outpost on the moon. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like we need to rescue some more people to build the roster out. Might do that. I might off camera rescue all these folks, and then we'll start looking at heading to Minmus or building outposts on the moon, but probably heading to Minmus. I don't think I'm ready for ground outposts yet. So with that, though, I think we're done for the evening. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Pretty successful session here, cleaning up the mess, and I appreciate it. So fish hooks out.